something I don't see talked about enough is how having a good mental health can really affect how you play in fighting games and how you feel about a fighting game, even on a day-to-day basis. Now, everyone has bad days, right? Of course you do. You're human. Whether that be from an interpersonal relationship, whether that be from a job, whether that just be some bad news you heard. Maybe the weather is just really bad today, and it's messing your day up. So you boot up the whole fighting game, and like, yeah, I'm about to go have some fun, right? I'm gonna go enjoy myself, kick some ass, get up out of here. But there's an issue that you run into, and I run into it a lot, and I'm sure not everyone feels this way. Maybe there are people who can play like this, but me personally, I find it difficult to get on after a difficult day in like real life. And that is because when I'm playing somebody, it can be all good. I'm getting that good dopamine while I'm winning. Everything's going right. But when I start to lose, and I'm a person who's actually fairly positive when it comes to losing in fighting games, because I know like losing is necessary to growth. You're not gonna get better if you win all the time. Yeah. So I'm a person who's very like try to be positive on that spectrum. But I've noticed that if I'm having a bad day prior, I cannot keep it together. And I don't know. Well, obviously I do know why. It's because I'll explain it in a second, right? But I can't keep it together. I'm very triggered by things. I get tilted extremely fast. I start to mess up a lot more because when you're tilted, you start messing up a lot more. You start playing out of emotions. And you just really start to go through the whole motions of that day, right? The day really takes a toll on you extra heavy when you play fighting games. And especially if you're a person who like plays to understand. Like, I don't just play to like have fun a lot of the times. Like, I play to get a deeper understanding of the game. Just when you're not in the best place mentally, it's not a great decision, It's something that I try to stay away from, even though I still do it occasionally, just because I love fighting games so much. But yeah, it's something I definitely try to stay away from. Not that I always succeed. Now, there's an old song, right? You probably know the song. You gotta know when to hold 'em. You gotta know when to fold 'em. Gotta know when to walk away. I'm a person who, and honestly, this is a flaw of mine, but I'm a person who doesn't know when to walk away, to be honest. I'm very bad at losing terribly a bunch of times in a row, and I still want to play. I keep getting on. Even if I'm triggered, even if I'm just not in a great place, I'll keep playing. Which kind of brings me to my next issue when you're having a bad day in real life and you try to hop on a fighting game, right? Which is that you want that hit of dopamine. You want it so bad that you're willing to keep putting yourself through the fire. You're willing to keep stressing yourself out just to get that win. Just to get that one win and be like, yes, I did it. I feel better now. And you know what's crazy? Even when you get that win, you don't completely feel better. You don't completely feel better. You like, if you're like me at all, you get that one win, and guess what? If you give a mouse a cookie, right, you want another win. That was a nice wolf punish. That was a really nice wolf punish. But yeah, if you give a mouse a cookie, right, you want that next win. And it just leaves you in this cycle. Oh my god, go crazy. That was fire. Nah, that was fire. Wow, that's fire. It just leaves you in an endless cycle of queuing, even when you're dooming, even when you're very irritated. even when you shouldn't be queuing anymore, right? You just keep queuing. And it's something that I do a lot, unfortunately. There's been a few nights where I've literally lost 2 ranks. Before I got to Tekken Emperor, I was Tekken King for a while, probably a couple months. And this was last season though. And I literally tried one day to just get to like Tekken Emperor like over a night, but it was a time I was having a bad day. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do something to make myself feel better. And when I tell you that I lost 2 ranks, I went from Tekken King, like mid Tekken King, I was like bottom of Raijin. I was almost Fujin. I remember getting back on a few days later, and I was on a demotion match to Fujin. And I said, what are we doing here? How did we get here? And it's because I just kept pressing myself. Like I just wouldn't let myself get off at all. And so you gotta know when to fold them, right? Like I said, something that I'm still trying to figure out myself. Oh my god, that was nice. Yo, yo. She's going crazy. This Zhao Yu's going crazy. Every time it's always a Zhao Yu going crazy, fighting for their life, trying to murder me. But we take that first game. Now, it will be kind of whack of me to come in here and talk about this stuff and not have at least one suggestion for when you're feeling like this, right? My one suggestion, other obviously than get off the game at that moment, is go do something else you love that's just a little less stressful. As much as I love fighting games, they're stressful. They're very stressful. You're playing against a real person, and both of you want to do better. And like I've went over before, I actually might have not went over that before. That's hilarious. Like I say to myself a lot, this is not like a shooting game or a team game where you can blame your teammates or you can blame something else. You can blame the character kind of sometimes, you know, if you want to cope a little bit, or if the okay, there's times where the character is extremely broken, but a lot of the times you can blame the character. A lot of the times you can blame the game mechanics. A lot of the times you can blame the game itself. But losing in a fighting game just comes back to you. It's you. It's all you. So when you lose, what a fucking jab check, bro. What? When you lose in a fighting game, like, you have to take accountability for that. And when you're faced with such a situation that admittedly not a lot of people like to be in, which is taking accountability, right? It's never fun to take accountability, especially if it's for something you messed up in. So when you're in a situation like that and you've already had a bad time, especially if you're a person who already can't take accountability, because there's a lot of people out there who just can't even take accountability at all, it's not gonna affect you well. You're gonna be more upset. You're gonna be a little triggered. Did she kill me? She killed me, huh? Now, when you can't take accountability, you have 2 problems, right? The first problem is that the issue you're gonna have with that fighting game, and maybe every fighting game, like let's keep it real, because when you can't acknowledge that you're in the wrong, you're not going to improve. You're just gonna keep blaming that character. You're gonna keep blaming that game mechanic, maybe. Now, like I said before, this is not a 100% situation. Sometimes there are things that are busted, right? And sometimes it's not completely your fault. But if you can't take even a crumb of accountability, like if every time I lost to a Ling, I went, man, Ling is broken. ALP is the best stance in the game. Her evasion's too good. I can't beat her, right? ALP's good, right? I'm not gonna act like it's not. Ling is a good character. Her evasion is very top tier. But I have to acknowledge that I'm part of the reason why. I have not labbed her. I'm unfamiliar with the matchup. You know, you have to acknowledge these things. If you don't, you're not going to get better, and you're just gonna be where you are. Now, if you're fine with being where you are, that's like okay. Don't take accountability if you're fine with being where you are. That's cool too, right? Who am I? Oh, I shouldn't have fucking pressed there, bro. Nah, I'm dead. Anyway, if you're fine with being where you are, you know, don't let me change you. But if you want to get better, you have to take some of that accountability. Because you also go into the second reason, right? And like I say to one of my friends a lot of things in fighting games apply to real life situations. That being, we break those. That being, if you can't take accountability, that means you can't take accountability in real life a lot of the times. And the type of people who can't take accountability in real life are... It's a type of... Come on, you've dealt with that person. You've dealt with that person. Maybe it's at work, maybe it's at home, maybe it's one of your parents, maybe it's an old friend, maybe it's a old coworker, or an old, I don't know, schoolmate. God, what do people? Oh my God, what do people go to school called? Classmate. Oh my Jesus. Sorry guys, it's been a while. I'm tired. Okay, maybe it's one of those people, right? And you just, you know that person literally can't, like, you can't tell them anything at all. Wow, you confirmed about that? You can't tell them all. You can't tell them anything at all because they will not take accountability. Do you like talking to those people? Because I don't. I'm not a big fan. Those people very much irritate me. Feels like I'm talking to a brick wall. Now, I say all that to say that I was actually not having a great day before I got on Tekken and I was playing this match, right? And Zafina is one of my least labbed characters. She's one of my least known about characters. I don't see her a lot. And I was really feeling kind of how I've been describing today. Like I was feeling that despair. I don't know what's going on. She's just doing stuff, right? At least that's how I feel. That's how I feel a lot of the times when I don't know what a character is doing. I will literally be like, "You're just doing shit, bro." But yeah, I'll literally be like, "Nah, you're mashing. You're just..." And okay, a lot of the times, when you have a lesser known character, and this is why a lot of Alisas have the allegation, is because some of them do play like this. When you have that lesser known character, you're gonna just mash because people, once you get on offense, people can't stop you, right? So you're just like, why would I play defense when I could just mash? And you're not completely wrong, but that's only gonna get you so far, unfortunately. I've said this before, I'm pretty sure. Now, as you can see right there, before I even say that, I keep mashing into that rising string and getting launched for it. You're gonna see that a few times. But I believe that a lot of people think Elisa's carried, right? And, you know, obviously you can't change people's opinions. I think she's only carried until about Fujin. I say that because before I got to Fujin, I was getting basically free wins. I had the infinite win glitch. I would just run in, and honestly, that's me mashing into that string one more time. I told you, I just kept mashing into it. I don't know this character, and I wasn't recognizing patterns. That's my bad. But before, like after around Fujin, right? It went from being just free wins. I would just go and rank and mash stuff and honestly just do everything people complain about. Oh, you're just spamming chainsaws, yada, yada, yada. I would just go in and do that and it would work. Didn't matter if the move was punishable or not. My opponents didn't know we're in Battle Ruler. We're Garyus. You don't know that this move is minus 14. You just see some chainsaws and it messes your brain up. So, before I got to about Fujin, I was like, damn, this is free. Then I got to Fujin, it was slightly less free, right? I was having some issue. People were really finding out. Like, people were really kind of knowing the matches. Once I got to Kishin, right? And this was season 1. Because, like, when I started playing in this season, I knew how to play the character. So I kind of, you know, it went faster. But once I got to about Kishin, I went, wow. This is it's a lot harder than people are saying it is, because people know your strings now. People know the common Elisa moves. They know what to duck. They know what to sidestep. Some of them know which way to sidestep which things. I fought a guy, literally in the JSS clan. He literally we fought, and after, because he cooked the hell out of me. After we fought, he went, yeah, bro. I know how to fight Elisa. He said, yeah, just sidestep left this and sidestep right everything else. I said, damn, bro. There's me mashing into that string one more time. Is that like 4? But I'm like, damn, bro. Like, alright. Like, what can I say? If you got it like that, if you know for real, I can't be mad. And I respect that. I respect that. I say all this to say, you have to respect your mental health when you're playing a fighting game. Because it's too important, right? It's too important to respect yourself. It's too important to be all the way there for you instead of that fighting game. That fighting game will be back. Well, that fighting game will be there after your bad day. That fighting game will be there after you get off work. It'll be there after that sad death in the family where you just need a second. So take that time, right? Just take that time and let yourself be yourself. Because if not, a lot of the times you're going to fall victim to either old habits, accountability issues. Honestly, you're going to fall victim to mashers. Mashers are so much more potent when you're having a bad day because they're just doing shit. Oh my god. And that was embarrassing because I wanted to launch that power crush. I know it's launch punishable. I wanted to launch it. But I just wasn't like, I was mashing because I was scared. I was like, it's really hard. I don't fight Zafina a lot, honestly. And there goes me mashing into that string again. I've been doing it the entire set. It's getting a little embarrassing. But yeah, I was scared and I mashed into it again. But yes, you have to take care of yourself. It's just, please take care of yourself. You know, it's not worth killing yourself over a fighting game. It's really not worth it. Anyway, I do hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know if you enjoy content like this. Honestly, right, I enjoy content like this, so I'm gonna make it as much as when I think about it. Yeah, that's what I got for you. She bust out the hell. Is that a hell sweep? I think that's a hell sweep. Got to her back, and that's plus. Ooh, I wanted her to duck that shit. There goes that launcher again. That time she just got me with a counter hit instead. I cannot believe I don't think I blocked that a single time. Like, I literally don't think I blocked that string at all this entire set. It's not even a string. It's a single move. Maybe it's a 1-2. Went for it all right there.